Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber, and today we're going to make an ephemera folder, but this is specific to holding an entire digital kit in an organized way. So if you're like me, when I'm working with a kit, everything's everywhere and it's very disorganized and I can't find what I need when I need it. So I came up with this folder that holds all the different pieces of a digital kit, from the larger kits to the smaller kits, and we're going to make it out of 3 file folders. This is the original one I made, and these are kind of different file folders. Not everybody has these, so I kind of adjusted it and streamlined it to fit more of the typical style of file folder. So we're going to use these. We're going to use 3 of them. We're going to be making lots of different pockets and envelopes to hold the pieces. So I did make templates for you guys. I made them pretty quickly, so I put them up in my Ko-fi shop for you guys. It's like 8 pages of templates with instructions for the pockets and a diagram for the placement of the pockets, and it's just $1. So if you want to, you can follow along with the measurements here, or you can just go get the templates, and you just print them. I'll show you what they look like. So this is the diagram that you'll get, and then these are the different pockets. So it has an instruction on what page they go, how to print them, how many to print them on the back of pattern paper so that you can cut them out easily. I put the little tabs on them because I like to have more room for the pocket to open. If you want to just cut the tabs off and use the rectangle, that's fine. I mean, I just like to have that little bit of extra wiggle room in my pocket, so I made them with the tabs. So there are 8 pages of the template. These are all the different pockets and the sizes, and they tell you which page to go on. Some of the pockets are layered. These are the envelopes. We have small envelopes, and these are going to be printed on vellum, and 2 large envelopes, and then another large pocket. So you can get all those templates and the diagram for $1 on my Ko-fi shop, and I'll link that down below. So let me show you what this started as. So this is just the cover, and then inside I made these kind of envelopes out of like laminating sheets, and I put Velcro on them. I wanted to make it simpler for you guys, so I simplified these. So we're just gonna glue the envelopes on, and I made the template to print on vellum, so we're gonna make vellum envelopes for these. And then my placement is a little scattered for these, but we're going to make it more streamlined in the one we're doing today. So I've got envelopes, pockets, words, journal cards, large pieces, extra large pieces. We've got fussy cuts, tabs, extra small ephemera, labels. We've got small ephemera, round pieces, faux washi, large tags, medium tags, small tags, extras, phrases. So like all the pieces that you might get in a kit would be in here. And plus I have this. I had folio pieces on the back. We're doing changing a couple of the pocket names. And then this one had a pocket here and a pocket here to put papers and things in. But our pockets that we're going to do today are going to be side loading. So it's changing up a little bit, but this is the general idea. And then I'm going to sew my pockets on. So there's a certain order you need to sew them on so you don't stitch over other pockets. And you can follow along with that, but if you want to just glue them on, you don't have to worry about that, and you can glue them on in any order you want. But I'm going to show you step by step the sewing order. Okay, so let's get started on that. So we're going to start with 3 file folders. So these are just the typical standard file folders we got from Walmart. These are just in case you want the size. These are, let's see, they're 12 by, I guess, by 9. So 9 by 12 folders. And let me show you the order that we're going to place them in. Okay, the first one is going to be our front and back cover. The tab, the outer tab here is going to be on the top facing to the right. We're going to open that up. Okay, so this is going to be our middle section, and there's going to be a side here and a side here. Okay, so the next folder we're going to place the left side of this folder on top of the right side of this folder, so that we have this middle section now. And the tab is over here. The outer tab is over here. And then the last folder, the tab is going to be on this side. And we're going to place the right side of that folder right on that middle section. Okay, so that's how it's going to be placed. And this right here is going to be a pocket. So we're going to close it this way. So we're going to close it from the left first, and then from the right, and then from the left again. So that is the structure of the folder and how it opens and closes. So the first thing we're going to do is not the cover. We're going to do the cover second. We have to sew on, this is page 1, okay? We're going to make little marks here, okay? Let's make just a couple little marks so that we know what page is what. Okay, so this is going to be page 1. Okay, this is your cover. Page 1, page 2. Okay, and we open this. Page 3, page 4, and then we open this, and we have page 5 and page 6. Okay, so that will help us remember what page is what. And then we have our back cover. Okay, so we are going to start with sewing with page 1. So I'm going to remove these for a second. And I already have my pockets cut and folded. So I've got my pocket for pockets on page 1, and my pockets for envelopes on page 1. Okay, so this just will help you remember what's what. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to layer the smaller pocket on top of the bigger pockets. Okay, and I'm going to sew those on. And then I'm going to sew these on to the page like this, okay? These, just so you know the measurements of the pockets, they are, this pocket is about 8 1/4 by 4. It's a little less than 8 1/4, like 8 1/8 by 4. Okay, and they each have a 1/4 inch tab on the sides. Okay, so those 2 pockets are the same size. The smaller pockets are 7 1/8 by 2. Okay, so those are the measurements for page 1. I'm going to sew these on and then sew the layered pocket to the page, and I'll be right back. All right, I've stitched those on. I'm using gold thread because I think that's pretty with this. So I have the pocket here and here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the clear plastic sleeve on the front cover so that you can put papers in there and a title sheet so you know which kit it is. So I do have this stitching here. If that bothers you, you can always glue a pattern sheet over the top of this before you put on your plastic sleeve, but it doesn't bother me, so I'm not going to worry about that, but that's an option. So this is just a sheet protector, and I cut off the holes on the side. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch this right to the front, and I will be right back. All right, this is stitched on, and because this is a sheet protector, we actually have 2 pockets here. So you can actually stick a piece of paper back here to cover up that stitching if you'd like. So I'm going to do that. Stick that in the back one. And then I will put, once I print out the title page for the digital kit, I'll put that in the front, and extra papers I'm going to put in there as well. Papers that I haven't used yet. So that is your front cover. This is page 1. So you can see that the stitching is on the outside of the pockets, and we didn't have to stitch through any pockets. So that's why we have to do that in that order. So the next thing is we're going to sew the pocket on the back cover. Okay, so before we do that, I'm going to put on, I used my label makers to make some labels. So we're going to stick those on before we go any further. Okay. And the reason why I have these layered pockets is because sometimes you have big pockets and sometimes you have little pockets. And I don't want the little pockets to get lost inside here, and I don't want the bigger pockets to fall out. So that's why I made them layered. So I'm going to put this here. And same thing with the envelopes. Sometimes you have little envelopes, sometimes you have big ones. Okay. Stick that right up here. Okay, so our next pocket is for extra large pieces, and then that's going to go on the back cover. So we're going to put this back here, and let me tell you the measurements of this one. Okay, this one is 7.5 by 5 3/8 inches. 7.5 by 5 3/8. And we're going to stitch that right down here on the back cover, okay? All right, our back cover is done. We're just gonna stick on the label. Well, not sure where that one went. So we will redo that later. So the next thing we're going to, oh, here comes strawberry. The next page we're going to sew is page 4, actually. So let me grab my folders. Okay, these are the ones I took out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have for page 4. I have a pocket for round pieces. I have a pocket for faux washi. And I have 2 pockets for small ephemera that will go here and here, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna layer this one, because I have had kits where the faux washi is like this long, and I've had kits where there's faux washi that's like this long. So that's why I did another layered pocket for this one. So I'm gonna sew that on to that one and then sew this on. So this is the placement, and you'll see here in the diagram that you have the faux washi, layered, small ephemera, and round pieces. So it tells you exactly where to put them. So I'm gonna take those off. And I think I wanna place, no, I wanna place it here. So these are gonna fit on just like this. And then this one is going to come right here, okay? So I'm gonna go sew this together, and then we'll do the next page. All right, let's put on our labels. Okay, so we did page 4. Now we're gonna go back to page 2, which is this one, okay? So on page 2, small tags, medium tags, and large tags. Okay, now I've got to make a decision here. So I think I'm gonna have to glue these on, because if I stitch this one on, it's going to stitch through my round pieces. So I could have lowered this and then it would have been fine, but I didn't think ahead on that one, because this one would be fine because it's right about the same size, and this one would have been fine if this round piece was down here. So I think I'm just gonna stitch around these and then glue them on, so it looks like it's stitched on. So that's what I'm gonna do with these, and I'll be right back. All right, I just wanna make a note about the stitching as I glue these down. So I said at the beginning that I really like the tabs because they give a little bit of extra wiggle room. But then I also chose to do stitching. So it's true you get the little extra wiggle room with the tabs if you glue. Because I'm stitching those tabs down, I'm sacrificing the wiggle room for the extra security of the stitching. So I just wanted you to make a note of that. So if you do use the tabs, the gluing is going to give you the extra wiggle room there. But I still like to use the tabs even when I'm doing the stitching, because I like this folded edge and I feel like I don't have to ink them, so I don't have that white edge on my pockets. So I've got a nice pretty folded edge. So we have lots of different options. But I do like the look of the stitching, and I like the security of the stitching. I know my pocket isn't going to peel off. And it shouldn't if you're using a strong glue like art glitter glue or something like that. I think there's like Barely Arts is a strong glue, I believe. I think that's what it's called. I've never used that one before, but I've heard that it's a pretty strong glue. Okay, there's our second pocket and our third pocket. All right. Just kind of lining these up with the stitching from the other side. Okay. All right. So that is our page 2. And now we're going, oh, let me put the labels on. All right, now we're gonna move on to page 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is gonna be our journal cards pockets. Let's see, I don't believe I told you the measurements for these. So let me do that first before I get to the journal cards. Okay, so for the round pieces pocket, that was 7.5 by 2. The small ephemera pockets are 4 by 2. The larger faux washi pocket is 3.5 by, looks like 4 5/8. And then the smaller one is 3 by 2.5. Okay, so that's those. And then the tag pockets, they are all 7 5/8 in length. The small one is 2 1/4. The medium is about 3 1/8. And the large one is 4 3/8. Okay. Now on to the journal card pockets. So we've got, you know, these are for like standard size journal cards, and these are two 3/4 by 3 3/4. So there's 2 of those. And then a larger pocket for those larger journal cards. And this one is 8 1/8 by 3. Okay. So we're going to stitch these on. I'm going to stitch this one at the bottom. And I'm going to stitch these about right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch those on, and I will be right back. All right, we've got our journal card pockets on page 3. Now before we do page 5 and 6, because we're just going to glue on the envelopes, we're going to sew these folders together. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, we're going to take this one off, and we are going to sew we're going to sew right here and right here, okay? So, and then let's see, if we want to, we have some choices here. We can, yeah, I think I'm gonna sew the top, the bottom, and I'm gonna sew along this line, which is right inside this pocket out here, so it's not gonna cause too much trouble because there's just a tab here. So I want this side closed so I can use this side here as a pocket. So these two we're gonna sew together, top, bottom, and along this edge, okay? All right, so I sewed along the top edge, along the bottom edge. I sewed down this way, the whole way, but I also sewed a line of stitching just to catch in the edge of this tab so it doesn't catch when we fold, okay? Now we're going to stitch this one on. Okay, we're going to stitch this onto here, and we're going to stitch the top, the bottom, and right in the crease here, okay? So those are going to be stitched together, top, bottom, and crease, and then we'll have a pocket here, okay? Okay, so that's sewn together. So we have a pocket here. So we're gonna close that on the left, close the right, close the left. Okay, so this is our folder now. Okay, so we've got the cover, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and page 6 with a pocket, and the back cover with a pocket here. So now we're going to glue the envelopes onto page 5 and 6. So we've got these vellum pockets, and I'm just going to use, hopefully, it says worked for me before. I know vellum can be fussy with glue. So just gonna go ahead and glue these, and I will go ahead and glue these really quick and then come back, and we will put labels on and stick them on the right places. All right, I forgot to press record, so didn't miss much. So I just we're opened up to page 5 and 6. I have the envelopes in here. I was saying that my original, I attached the envelopes with Velcro dots, and made the closure with Velcro dots. But on these, I'm just gonna simplify it. I just glued them down, and I'm gonna put like a little tab here or something to make closures for these. So I've got extra small ephemera, words and phrases, tabs, because I can never find tabs when I need them, so I want to separate them, labels, and quotes, or sentiments. You can change that to sentiments. And then we've got larger envelopes for fussy cuts and extra pieces, like something that is in a kit that we haven't had here, or little offcuts and scraps that you don't want to throw out, can stick in there. And then we have a pocket here for extra things like bigger pieces, large pieces, fussy cuts that you haven't cut yet that you want to stick in there, bigger scraps and offcuts that don't fit in here, you can stick in there. So what we have is we're gonna start with the left, right, and left. Okay, so this is our folder. So we're gonna stick the title page in here. We may stick extra papers in here, I'm not sure yet. These are for pockets, envelopes for page 1. All the tags go on page 2. All the journal cards go on page 3. Page 4 has round pieces, small ephemera, and faux washi. And 5 and 6 we just went over with the pocket. So I'm going to show you what all of these means. I'm going to grab my kit, make sure everything's cut out, and I'm going to show you where everything goes, how it looks. I hope you really like this, and I'll just show you how functional and awesome it is to have one of these for your digital kits when you're working with it. So I will be right back. All right, let's take a look. So this is the Truly Blue kit by Rach and Bella Crafts. There's a Truly Blue main kit, a Truly Blue backgrounds kit, and a Truly Blue fussy cuts kit. So I put these all together in my ephemera folder. So I've got the title sheets in here, and then on page 1 there's no pockets in the kit, so I don't have anything there. But here's 2 envelopes that I have there. I have all of these large tags. I have the medium-sized tags, and for something like the small tag, there was no small tag in there, but something maybe that was like this size or so I would put in there. So that would be something that would go in the small tag pocket. Okay, so we've got all these journal cards. So here's like more standards and smaller size journal cards, and these are larger size journal cards. And I had a very large fussy cut, so I just stuck that back here. This was a good size for it. And then over here I have some round pieces that were in the kit. I have faux washi here. These are what I mean by small ephemera. So things like this. Okay, it's not quite the size of a journal card, but it can still go in a pocket. And then over here I have, let's pull this up here. There were no words and phrases. I pulled off some of the titles of the kit to stick in there, but something like these, this is from another kit that I would put in here. And then extra small ephemera. This isn't too small, but I just stuck it in here. It could go in the pockets, the small ephemera pocket, but I just stuck it in here to have something to put in there. So, but something more like these or something I would put in extra small ephemera, something that would just get lost in a pocket. Okay, so that's what I would put in there. And I haven't put the closures on these yet. I didn't have time to do it, but I'll do that soon. There was no tabs in the kit. And then labels and quotes, I would put stuff like these, and things like this in this pocket. That's what I would put there. Then I've got a whole bunch of fussy cuts because there was a whole fussy cut kit. So some of these have been cut and some of them I've just left like this so that I can cut later. So that is pretty full. And then this one are just, scraps that I have from cutting the pockets. So I stuck those in there, which would be great for collaging. So good place for them there. And here I have a larger scrap offcut. And oh, I forgot to tell you for pockets, There were no pockets in the kit, but something like this. This is too small to go in the big one, but so I would put that in the smaller pocket there. And let's see, things like tickets would go in the small ephemera pocket. And then let's look at the back. So the back I had, this is an envelope, but it is huge. So I'm gonna put this in the extra large pieces, which I still need a label for. And then right here, this pocket are all the papers that I haven't used yet. So we've got the main papers, and then we've got some background papers back here. So that is where I keep those. So everything in this kit, the set of kits, fits right in this folder, and I know exactly where to find what I need. It's all organized, all ready to go, quick and easy to find. So this has been really helpful for me. I hope it will be helpful for you. And what I'm going to do is the templates are, that template set is $1 in my Ko-fi shop. But if you buy either the Golden Summer Kit or the new kit that's coming out in August, you'll get the template set for free. So you can make this for your kit and have it all together in one place. So thanks for being patient. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this tutorial, and I hope it's really helpful for you and helps you keep things organized. So thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. And I'm really thankful for you guys, and I hope you have a great day.